Live stream audio coming up very shortly here on the Warrington Rylands YouTube channel as Rylands look to win the FA Vase for the first time, appearing at Wembley against Binfield FC. Rylands have announced this starting 11, which is an unchanged one, which saw them beat Walsall Wood in the semi-final. Graham McCall is the goalkeeper. Number 2, Warren Gerrard. 3, Jack Tinning. 4, Gary Kenny, the captain. 5, Richard Smith. 6, Joe Coveney. 7, Charlie Doyle. 8, Andrew Scarisbrick. 9, Elliot Nevitt. 10, Stephen Milne. 11, Kane Drummond. On the bench, 13, Mike Emery. 12, Joe Denman. 14, Tom Freeman. 15, Callum Lees. 16, Sam Sheen. 17, Paul Shanley. And 18, Freddie Potter. For manager, David McNabb. Binfield lining up with Chris Grace, number 1, 2, David Hancock, 3, Elliot Legg, 5, Tom Wilmot, 6, Liam Gavin, 8, James McClurg, 9, Sean Moore, the captain, 10, George Short, 11, Ollie Harris, 19, Liam Ferdinand, and 20, Kensley Maloney. Bench for them, 4, Jack Broom, 7, Josh Howell, 12, Jack Thompson Wheeler, 14, Josh Helmore, 16, Phil Veal, 18, Jamel Johnson, and 21, Asa Povey. For joint managers Carl Withers and Jamie McClurg. Game kicks off at 12:15. I'll be back about 12:10 to bring you all the action here from Wembley in this audio commentary live on the Warrington Rylands YouTube channel. Hello and welcome to Wembley Stadium for the FA Vase final of 2021. Binfield taking on Warrington Rylands. Both sides here for the very first time as they emerge from the tunnel underneath the famous Wembley Arch, the home of English football. And for today, for both of these sides, it is very much the theatre of dreams. Binfield and Rylands, never been here before. Only one football team from Warrington have graced this famous turf. Rylands are keen to do better than Town in '87 and lift the FA Vase. The two sides are out on the Wembley turf, going through the formalities, the special guests. The Binfield captain Sean Moore introducing his players. Next it'll be the turn of Gary Kenny. What a moment for him, leading out his side at Wembley. What a moment for all of the players involved today. And for the 1,500 fans from Warrington and from Binfield who are experiencing this occasion, one they never thought they would be doing so, seeing their sides in a Wembley Cup final. The two sides for today then, Binfield lining up. Chris Grace is the goalkeeper, 2 Dave Hancock, 3 Elliot Legg, 5 Tom Willman, 6 Liam Gavin, 8 James McClurg, 9 Sean Moore, 10 George Short, 11 Ollie Harris, 19 Liam Ferdinand, 20 Kensley Maloney. Subs for them, 4 Jack Broom, 7 Josh Howell, 12 Jack Thompson Wheeler, 14 Josh Helmore, 16 Phil Veal, 18 Jamel Johnson and 21 Asa Povey. As for Rylands, it's 1 Graham McCall, 2 Warren Gerrard, 3 Jack Tinning, 4 Gary Kenny, 5 Richard Smith, 6 Joe Coveney, 7 Charlie Doyle, 8 Andy Scarisbrick, 9 Elliot Nevitt, 10 Stephen Milne, 11 Kane Drummond. Subs Mike Emery, 12 Joe Denman, 14 Tom Freeman, 15 Callum Lee, 16 Sam Sheen, 17 Paul Shanley and 18 Freddie Potter as we take in the national anthem. Big cheer from both sets of fans. Now that the formalities are done, both sides can go through the final preparations ahead of the biggest game in both of these clubs' histories. You have a Warrington side who have only been in the Northwest Counties and eligible for this type of competition for a few years. Created history by making the 5th round. They've made it all the way to Wembley and they've come the long way round as well. They've played more games than anybody else. They've come through the first qualifying round and are looking to make it 10 knockout wins in a row in this competition to claim the prize. As for Binfield, first team from the Hellenic League to make the final for a number of years. The 4th from that division to do so. Started in the 2nd round of the competition, like last time's winners, Hebburn, who of course fell at the quarter-final stage to Warrington Rylands. So Gary Kenny and Sean Moore in the middle with the referee, which is John Busby from the Oxfordshire FA, to decide who gets kick-off, etc. Both sets of fans over on the far side from where I am in the press box. The Warrington fans to the left as I look, Binfield to the right. A sea of a socially distanced sea of blue and red in the respective halves of Wembley. Dave McNabb and Gary Kenny have just exchanged Horgan a few final words ahead of a massive game for all involved. Two managers on the sideline, McNabb and Carl Withers, who's one of two managers for Binfield. The other is on the pitch, and Jamie McClurg. So Warrington will be playing from left to right, Binfield right to left. Warrington all in blue, Binfield all in red. He's got all the hallmarks of a stereotypical cup final. Great atmosphere, great stories, and red versus blue. So which side will excel on the Wembley turf? Which side will keep the nerves in check? Which side will lift the Vase in 90 minutes time, if not a little bit more? Both of them have needed penalties on several occasions. Will we go that far, or will somebody be victorious? We're underway. It's Binfield's with first use of possession, and they're giving it away straight to Anis Garisbrick, who looked to get on the front foot for Rylands. Now Jack Tinning gone halfway, turns away from his man, plays a blind pass. It's picked up by the Binfield captain Moore, who's driving forward. He's got support to the right-hand side. They're into the penalty area here at Binfield, and a decent cross came in, but it just drifted across the face of Graham McCall's goal. Both sides guilty of being a little bit sloppy. So the first foray forward was a Binfield one. Didn't quite come to anything in the end, but both sides were guilty of giving away possession in the midfield. Binfield were the first to try and capitalise as McCall's kick forward drops to Drummond in the midfield. There's a foul on him, quickly taken free kick by Rylands. It's out to Tinning on the left-hand side. Drummond's got in the middle here. Drummond with a heavy first touch allowed Grace to get there first. But first sign of Drummond looking to get in behind. He has the pace. And he's quite a fluid front three for Dave McNabb's side. You'll see Drummond, Milne and Nevitt exchange places. Drummond's picking the ball up on the right-hand side now. Drops it back for Gerrard, who plays the ball forward. Cut out by McClurg. Moore goes to the ground off the challenge of Gerrard for the free kick for Binfield. Moore being hassled by Drummond, who won possession back, plays it in behind, looking for the run of Milne. The covering defender is the number 5, Tom Wilmont, who uses his goalkeeper Chris Grace, who slams it forward first time, held up by the big number 19, Liam Ferdinand, the central striker for Binfield, hacked forward by Smith, headed back by Wilmont. McClurg, swept forward by Elliot Legg, drops into the midfield. Maloney leaves it for short, and Harris moves it out to right-hand side. Harris dropping into the midfield, 10 yards inside the Warrington half, drops it back to Wilmont. Hancock back to Wilman, short ball into the centre circle it comes with Gavin. Head up from Gavin, sweeps it out to the right hand side, Tinning backtracking, went to head it back to McCall but got his bearings wrong. Early corner then for Binfield. And the side from Berkshire have the first set piece opportunity to cause a few problems for Rylands. And it is Ollie Harris who's gone out to take it in front of the Warrington Rylands fans who are making themselves known in front of the number 11. 5 players in the area towards the back post. McCall commanding, takes it, looks to deliver quickly for Milne, who's quick, he's strong. He's on the wrong side of Hancock. He picks it up in the left channel, 10 yards from the Binfield goal. He's got supports coming from Scarisbrick. There's 4 more players forward here. Scarisbrick couldn't quite teed up for Charlie Doyle, who made a run into the penalty area. Now Binfield come again. Ferdinand stabs it in behind. More chasing. Picks it up on the edge of the Warrington box. Takes on Gerard, gets the wrong side of him. Gerard comes back at him. Moore goes to ground. Play continues as Legg makes up the ground from left back. Moore, good bit of skill. Works half a yard to deliver the cross, and a good head from Gary Kenny. Turns it behind for another Binfield corner who started brightly. So 2 corners inside the first 5 minutes for the side from the Hellenic League. We'll be playing the Isthmian Leagues from next season, like Warrington have been promoted a step in the latest reshuffle of the non-league game. So they'll be hoping potentially a last chance of winning the Vase as they'll be in the trophy next season. Short corner this time from Harris into Ferdinand. It was Short actually who backheeled it, and Harris hit it. It broke for Short on the edge of the area. Doyle got a crucial block in. Great play from Scarisbrick. Rise the challenge as well. Takes it away for Warrington. Milne holds it up on halfway. Just went through his control. And now Grace has it back in the Binfield goal away to our right. There's Chris Grace, who's saved several penalties. Both goalkeepers have been busy in shootouts in the run for both of these sides. Free kick in the middle of the Warrington half. There was a foul on Ferdinand, who was backing into the Warrington man. Maloney's over the free kick then. Good 45 yards from goal. No wall, just drifts it towards the back post. Header came in from Smith. It drops to Short, and now Moore's going to hit from distance. Curled it 5 or so yards over the top of the goal from the edge of the area. But Binfield have been the biggest threat in the opening 6 minutes of this one. Moore has looked particularly lively, wearing the captain's armband and the number 9 shirt. McCall, short ball into Coveney. Retains his place, started the semi-final in the absence of Sam Sheen. Sheen on the bench for Rylands today. Coveney into Drummond, who turns on halfway. Scarisbrick plays it in behind. Mills onside. He's got Drummond in the middle. Can he find him? Nevitz further left. Went in front of the pair of them. Goes out for the throw on the far side. But Warrington have shown intent to get in behind on a couple of occasions. Did so there. Just couldn't quite get the final ball right. So Hancock to take the throw. Deep in his right back position for Binfield. Warrington pick it up with Tinning. Win the throw themselves. Coming off short. Tinning will take the throw. Nevitz comes short. Goes into Doyle. Bit of a heavy touch, but retrieves it. Tinning steadies himself to cross. Goes deep. Drummond brings it down under control. Did well, in fact, to keep it within his grasp. But good challenge from the left back leg, and now Moore coming forward down the left hand side. He's got the run of Ferdinand, but Smith quickly across to slam it out. Leg will take the throw then. Midway inside Rylands territory. Plays the 1-2 with Maloney. Hoists it towards Ferdinand, who was backing into Gary Kenny. Kenny gets the free kick. McCall thought about releasing it quickly. Rylands, the 10th side from the Northwest Counties to reach the final. So both of these sides in the final for the first time, and it's been a bit of a theme with the Vase that each of the last 47 finals, that's all of them, have featured a side making their debut in the showpiece event. It's a trophy that has seen plenty of variety in it. And Nevitt looking to create something down the left-hand side. The ball to him from Tinning was just a little bit heavy. Just drifts out of play. It's actually the 6th final in a row where it is two sides making their showpiece debut in the final. As Milne wins the free kick with a good bit of trickery. He's good at that, holding it up at close quarters. Buying that free kick there. And it's a signal for Gary Kenny and Smith to make their way forward. As Doyle is over the free kick. And it's Coveney who drifts it towards the back post. Headed up and away by the Binfield defence. Picked up by McClurg. Outside of the foot, plays it down the left channel. Held up by Ferdinand. He's got two defenders around him. Doyle snapping at his heels. Gives away the free kick. We'll be taken just inside the Binfield half. Right on this near side left touchline. Like just places the ball with his right hand, takes a couple of steps back, head up, chips it forward with the right boot. Breaks for more. Leg. Half a yard of space away from Drummond. Into Ferdinand again. Leg gets forward. Ferdinand on the edge of the Rylands box. Works half a yard with his left foot. Gerrard was across, but Leg has gone on the byline. Run out of room. Chancing behind for Nevitt here. We've got onto a cheap mistake and almost half a chance there for Elliot Nevitt, who's scored in each of the last 2 rounds. Quickly taken. Now Doyle delivers. Going to go straight into gloves of grace. Apologies for the noise. We've ended up getting about 3 different team sheets. I'm just trying to fit them on my sheet as a couple of Warrington players have changed the numbers ahead of the game. Luckily, I've said it before, so I can spot them. I'm sure some of the my radio colleagues not as familiar with the Rylands team may have been a bit perplexed to see number 14 starting at centre half. Ball played down the right-hand side for Binfield. Drifts out of play over on that far side. tinning with ball in hand, just in front of the Warrington fans. 1,500 tickets sold, full allocation gone. Same for Binfield. Both sides have done excellently for the size of them to be able to sell the tickets so quickly. Even before the Binfield, a village in Berkshire with only 8,500 people in it. Ball breaks for Drummond. Gerrard's well forward. Slide challenge came in from leg. Drummond gets it back. Writes the challenge before playing it to Kenny, the captain. Head up, bit of movement from Scarisbrick ahead of him. Drummond's dropped deep to get involved. He looks to get it over the top, looking for Milne, who was just eased out of the way by Wilmot. Chris Grace forward then. We're in all grey. The kick forward took a glance off Gerrard's head. Goes for the Binfield throw-in. Which leg will take into the path of short. Forward it goes towards more on the near side. At the second attempt it breaks through. He hooks it over the top into the penalty area. Rick Smith across to get there ahead of Ferdinand. Smith plays it forward, took a nick off the Binfield man, just slowed its momentum. It means that Binfield still have it down the Warrington end. Moore was breaking in field. Gerrard got a toe to it. It's broken out for another corner for Binfield, who are keeping up their momentum here. They had an extra week to prepare for this one, due to Warrington playing a week behind, thanks to Heben's involvement a couple of weeks ago in the FA Vase final here, where they beat Concert by 3-2. 0-0 here as the corner comes in from the near side. Bit of pushing and shoving, and the referee, John Busby, has penalised Binfield. Rylands let off the hook. Just coming up past 15 minutes gone, still goalless. Binfield creating the best moments so far without testing Graham McCall in his green kit with the white trim. A number of players got new boots from Puma ahead of the final. I see a couple of them are indeed wearing them. I'm sure many of them will have thought, you know what, I'll frame them, keep them as a memento. Both clubs have been training at championship venues. Binfield at Reading. Rylands at Derby as the ball's released down the right-hand side for Ferdinand to chase. Looks to get another corner and does. Came off Kenny. Warrington unhappy about something earlier in the play, but the referee says there was nothing doing, and another corner, this time over on the right-hand side of the Binfield attack. And again, it's Harris who's gone over to take it. Played all 6 ties in this run for Binfield. Drifts it into the area. McCall came a long way and got there. Got a big, strong right palm to it. Doyle has done well to wriggle away from McClaw's challenge. He's got 4 into port. It's a ball forward for Milne. Milne can't quite get on the end of it as Hancock sees out the danger. But that is the threat for Rylands to counter-attack. And a couple of times the ball's just been a little bit too heavy, preventing them from being able to capitalise. Chris Grace away to our right-hand side to take the goal kick as both managers are stood on the edge of the technical area. About 40 yards in front of me. Doyle chips it in behind. Milne's on his bike. Grace is out quickly, out of his area, playing it left-footed out into the empty stand, away to our right. And throw-in for Rylands. About level with the penalty spots. Chance to build a bit of territory for the side in blue. Gerrard with the throw. Moore trod on the ball as he went to clear it. Rylands thought they may have been able to get a corner out of that. Scarisbrick certainly thought so, but it will be a goal kick. Grace collects the ball for the Moles, who are named that based on their old pitch being regarded as a bit of a molehill. Don't know how true the stories are, but it was a name that stuck. Smith wins the header from Grace's goal kick. Short picks it up in the midfield. Moore pops it off quickly back to Legg. Forced backwards still by Milne. Swept forward by Gavin out to the right hand side. Hancock quickly back into Tom Wilmont, who turns away from the pressure of Milne, uses his goalkeeper Grace, who was back 20 yards inside his own penalty area, picked up now by Gavin on the edge of it. Legg on the near side, 5 yards in front of him, has the ball looking to come inside. Maloney turning under pressure from Scarisbrick, has to go back to the goalkeeper. Rylands putting on a bit more of a squeeze. Grace goes direct. Kenny brings it down on his chest, looks to step forward, drills it. Cut out though in the midfield by Wilmont. Doyle snapping at the heels of Short to win it back. Now turned back to the goalkeeper McCall by Tinning. Now Gary Kenny picks up possession on the edge of his area. Assessing the options. Goes back to McCall. Just a yard or so beyond his penalty spot. Kenny moving into the right edge as Coveney sweeps it forward. Drummond had made the outer in run to put the pressure on the two centre-backs. One of them heads in out for the throw-in. Gerrard quickly takes a throw. Now Kenny, under pressure, gives it back to Gerrard. Smith picks it up in the centre circle. He's got options left, right and in front. Goes left to Tinning. Bit of space for him. Takes a touch infield now to Nevitt. Nevitt round the corner to Doyle. Busy as always. Smith looks to switch it to Drummond, who's in 5-10 yards of space. Couldn't kill it dead and just allowed Legg to get in and win it back for Binfield, but it was better from Rylands, and now Ferdinand holds it up brilliantly, plays it out to the right hand side. Hancock's moving forward from full back, gets on the outside of Tinning. Nevitt is the man doing the defending, got all the way back to support his left back as it's swept forward by Smith, and Milne looking to put the pressure on Wilmont. Did enough to allow Doyle to get in and win possession. Claims of handball. Referee waves it away. Attempted switch not brought down by Moore on this near side. And Rylands will have the throw. 21 gone, 0-0. No real chance to speak of. Couple of efforts towards goal that weren't too worrying for Graham McCall. Provided by Binfield as Smith carries it a long way, 30, maybe even 40 yards before he plays it in behind. Milne might be offside. Flag goes up as he rounds the keeper and puts it in, but it won't count. The flag was up early. Of course, no VAR for this one, even though we are at Wembley. Rylands fans booing. They thought he may have held his run. We've got the beauty of being able to tell you with a replay coming up in front of me now. And it is extremely tight. Probably half a leg off. On first viewing, wasn't much in it. But again, the ball in behind is the threat for Warrington Rylands. And Steve Milne almost beat the offside trap. As Binfield come down the other end, couldn't quite complete the 1-2 between Ferdinand and Harris as he goes behind for the goal kick. Good exchange on the edge of the area, not quite bearing fruits for them as Rylands are starting to grow in confidence now, and Gerrard carrying it past halfway, plays it in field. Scarisbrick turns, he's got two in support. He tries to reverse ball to Milne. It comes back to him off the defender. He tried to slip it inside of the fullback for a potential run for Nevitt, who was wanting it to fade out on the left-hand side. Slight bit of miscommunication. Let's Binfield off the hook this time. Both sides going for it though. The opening quarter of this game. Pictures of Dave McNabb on the sidelines coming on the screen in front of me. Just issuing a few messages out on the pitch as Milne again looking to get in behind with Scarisbrick putting the ball forward, and again Grace was out quickly, but all he can do is hack it out for the throw over on the far side. Milne always on the half turn, looking to get in behind this Binfield back line. Tinnings move forward to take the throw. Quickly into Doyle, the number 7, spins away from his man, drifts it into the penalty area over the head of Drummond, who was just on the right hand side of the box. Goes out of play for the goal kick. But after first 10 minutes or so, where Binfield were putting the pressure on, Rylands are having a spell now, but still not able to create the clear-cut chance. And test out Chris Grace in the Binfield goal. Scarisbrick. Again, quickly looking to get it in behind. Milne's got there this time. He's round the keeper, and it's a good block by the covering defence. He was forced wide by the pressure of Grace, and that's probably the first big chance of the game. Warrington come again with Scarisbrick. Drummond's looking to get in behind this time. Leg sneaks out his right boot, but couldn't cut it out completely. Drummond looks to get on the outside of him. Digs out across, a dangerous one. It comes to Coveney. Knocks it down. Nevitt! It's in! Opening goal for Warrington Rylands. Elliot Nevitt, 3 games in a row now. He's bagged a massive goal and he's running all the way to the other end of the pitch to salute his fans. And Elliot Nevitt gives Warrington the lead 25 minutes in. Great play for Drummond, got to the byline, dug out the cross. Coveney did brilliant to keep it alive. Laid it on a plate for Nevitt, who hit it into the ground and it bounced past the keeper. No chance whatsoever. Rylands have the lead, they've made the pressure count. Binfield 0, Rylands 1. Wonderful play from Drummond. Dug out the cross, Milne missed it. Coveney kept it alive, and a really tidy finish from Elliot Nevitt. Through the legs of the defender, but Binfield are coming back now, trying to respond to Rylands' opening goal. Hancock coming forward, Tinning plays it against it, McCall had to react. It was looping in towards his goal. It was going to sneak under the crossbar, but the big man, nicknamed Podge, got gloves to it to turn it behind. So Nevitt's goal in the 25th minute, the difference so far. And what's been a very well contested FA Vase final so far, as the corners drifted in towards Wilmont. Coveney got the header, so important in the goal. Doyle breaks here, having picked it up from Maloney. Scarisbrick dribbling down the left-hand side. Doyle's continued the run. Scarisbrick's coming in field. Looks to find Milne. Holds it up well. He's got support coming right now with Coveney. Coveney on the edge of the Binfield box. Little bit of a Cruyff turn. Gerrard's on his outside. Gerrard's going to cross first time. Dangerously. The keeper left it. It's cleared up into the air. The keeper, Grace, quickly out to punch it away. With Scarisbrick lurking. Nevitt keeps it alive. Now Coveney. Gerrard looking to create from deep, inside right position. Coveney, short ball into Doyle. They come back towards the right hand side with Coveney, who just settles it down and gives it back to Gary Kenny just inside the Rylands half, who looks to release Gerrard on the right. Chance came in for Moore, forces the throw on the near side for Warrington. Great noise coming from over on the far side from the Rylands supporters. Milne turns his man, goes to ground, referee waves it away. As it's cleared up towards Ferdinand, Kenny got the header. Doyle gets to the second ball, Gerrard helps it on. Leg clears it away first time from the left back position towards Ferdinand. Kenny was up above him, but he's picked up by Harris, driving forward. Coveney tracked him all the way, got a crucial foot in. Leg goes to retrieve possession. Another has been a big part of the run for Binfield, 5 of the 6 games played. Gerrard cuts it out from Ferdinand, who scored 4 in his last 4 Vase games, including a hat-trick against Long Eaton. But again, Charlie Doyle breaking up the play, looking to create the counter-attack, spreads it out to the left-hand side. Milne made the run over there. He's got support as well. Milne's gone past the defender. He's got to the byline. He's pulled it back. Crucial bit of defending from Wilmot, who got across. Snuck out a leg. Scarisbrick had pulled himself into a great position about 8 yards from goal, waiting for the Milne's cut back. Milne couldn't quite get into it. But Warrington are looking very dangerous once again. And this is their first corner of the game. Going to be taken over in front of the Binfield fans. Coveney will take, whips it in on top of Grace, who punches clear. Ferdinand helps it down to Moore, who looks to get it in behind of Tinning. Harris had made the run. Ferdinand picks up the second ball. Does well to keep it away from Charlie Doyle. Does even better to turn in field. Drummond got back, won the ball. Ferdinand didn't like it. He got it back for his side. Now Short gives it away to Coveney. Just helped it forward, but back come Binfield with Wilmot. Loose pass finds Coveney, and Coveney straight away, one touch out of his feet, plays it forward into Milne, who uses Gerrard, who moves it past halfway, then plays the ball looking for Drummond, overhits it. Straight to the keeper now. Half an hour gone. Binfield 0, Rylands 1. Elliot Nevitt, 25th minute, with the big goal and the big moment for Warrington Rylands so far in this FA Vase final, live from Wembley. As the ball is played forward and Moore's looking to get in behind. Just a couple of yards too heavy on it. Flag was up anyway against the Binfield skipper. McCall took it quickly. He's gone through a few sets of feet before it gets to Coveney. He's got it in behind, like looking for Scarisbrick now, who's tried to wriggle in between 2 defenders. Leg almost presented Scarisbrick with possession in the penalty area, but the challenge came in from the fullback and they got away with it. Ferdinand halted up just shy of halfway. Head up from Harris. Switches it out to Moore. Good header into the path of Short, who's snuck in behind of Gerrard. Laid back to Moore. Coveney sticking to him. Moore plays it out to Hancock, who's made up the ground on the right hand side. Moore's continued the run into the area. Header came in from Coveney, who got back. Short keeps it alive. McClurg. Maloney operating from deep. 30 yards from goal, invites Wilmot forward, who's going to hit it from distance. And McCall dove away to his left hand side, but was always in command as it flashed past the far post. McCall with the goal kick, flicked on by Nevitt into Milne. Doyle does well to keep possession moving. Coveney clips it forward towards the right hand side in the run of Drummond. A little bit too straight, goes into the gloves of Grace. Grace just places the ball on the edge of his penalty area before taking a couple of strides and clipping it forward. Ferdinand flicked it on. Looking for the run of Harris. But drifted through to McCall, who quickly sends it out to Tinning. Carries it 30, 40 yards forward before playing it to Milne. Cutting in from the left-hand side. Milne slipped, got his feet caught in the ground. Warrington win it back though. They've got the better of the midfield battle at the moment. Have Rylands. Smith played out to Drummond. Lovely first touch. Under pressure now from Legg. It's a good developing battle between those two. Down the Warrington right. Moore carried it forward. Challenge came in from Gerrard. Came off the Binfield captain last. Goes for the Rylands throw just inside the Binfield half of the pitch. Warren Gerrard to take. Played the last 2 rounds as Gerrard, having missed the 5th round against West Auckland. Now Smith turns on the Rylands side of the centre circle before playing it back to his goalkeeper McCall, who exchanges passes with captain Kenny. Now Kenny has it back, moving back towards halfway. Outside of the right boot, plays it out to Milne, who can't keep it alive down the right-hand side. Just knocks it behind for the goal kick. Ten minutes to go to the break. 0-1, Rylands lead. Grace with the kick forwards. 21 goals in 10 games now for Rylands in this run. Elliot Nevitz, the biggest of the lot so far. And he's back on the ball in a more defensive area now. Looking to chip it in behind for Drummond. Leg was across. Now Wilmot back to Grace. Last trophies that Rylands won were the North West Counties Division 1 South and the Champions Cup in 18-19. Before that, hadn't won anything since the 83-84 season. This would be the biggest of the lot if they were to see this through. They've got the advantage now, but Maloney looking to create from deep for Binfield, who come down the right-hand side now. Harris drifting in field. Leclerc plays the ball into Short, who turns and hits it from distance over the top of McCall's bar. Binfield have been restricted mostly to shots from distance so far in this game. Short kick from McCall to McKenny, who's standing a yard or so inside the Rylands box. He's carried it 10 yards further forward. The pass to Gerrard was a little bit behind the fullback, had to slide to keep it in. Managed to do so, played the ball forward. It's been cut out by Wilmot, who can only concede the throw. Gerrard will take the throw. Doyle's the man providing a bit of movement for him. Scary Spriggs comes short as well. Now Milne spins, gets the ball in the right channel, plays it back to Gerrard. First time cross towards the near post. Steered away by Gavin. Tinning. Now Doyle opens up a little bit for him. Stays composed, plays it to Gerrard, who crosses from deep. He's looping towards the far post. A yard or so above Grace's crossbar. For a moment, Grace was backpedaling. Grace saved 2 penalties in the semi-final win against US Portsmouth back on the 8th of May. 1-1 draw, 4-3 on penalties. Rylands getting hit thanks to that 2-1 win against Walsall. Drummond and Nevitt from the spot. The goals in that one. A goal in stoppage time, though, from Walsall made it very nervy. It was very, very nervy against Ben Town. Well, they survived late onslaught. It was a bit more comfortable for Binfield in the quarters. Won 5-0 at Long Eaton. Binfield haven't actually played at home in this run. Rylands have had the luxury of mostly playing at home. Only the trips to Jarrow and Daisy Hill. Even the away tie against Longridge was actually played at Gorsey Lane. Leg under pressure from Drummond. Nearly gives it away. Maloney the same from Scarisbrick. A ball across the face of his defence was almost read by Milne. Wilmot chips it forward. McClurg's got half a yard of space on the edge of the area, but Kenny was alive to the danger, snuffing it out, and now Rylands move forward with Drummond, who was caught twice. Gets a free kick on the edge of the centre circle, just inside the Warrington half. Smith places the ball. Cole's offering to take it. He's come a long way out of his goal. And it will be McCall to take. He goes short in the end to Kenny. Just to the right of centre, moving past halfway. Dribbles around McClurg. One of the joint managers for Binfield. In from the start. A player who's vastly experienced. Will need all that today to help Binfield get back into the game as Moore down the left-hand side, cuts back onto his right foot, switches to play. Milne back on defensive duties. Hancock keeps it in on the far side. Wilmot. Harris tried to play the 1-2, comes to short. Foul on Scarisbrick. 5 or so yards outside the Warrington box. Kills any momentum Binfield were looking to create. Last 5 minutes of the half. Elliot Nevitt's goal in the 25th minute. The difference so far. Has had a great run of late in the competition. Scoring in each of the last 3 rounds. Including today. As Gerard makes his way forward for Rylands. Nevitt plays a lovely ball. In fact, it's Nevitt in behind here. From Scarisbrick's ball. Plays it straight into the defender. He's got himself into a decent position on the inside left of the penalty area. Couldn't create a good finish as Binfield look to break now with Moyes. Already up to the edge of the Rylands box. He gets the left footed cross in. Big chance in the middle. Equaliser for Binfield. And it's Ferdinand who's got it. Moore did the hard work down the left-hand side. Got the cross in with the left boot. And the header from point-blank range. Unsavable for even Graham McCall. And it's all square at Wembley. Binfield 1. Rylands 1. Liam Ferdinand. It was really Binfield's first meaningful attack for a long time. Literally seconds before, Elliot Nevitt had an opportunity to create something. Got a shot away which hit the defender. Binfield break. And in the 42nd minute, they got themselves an equaliser. 1-1 at Wembley in the Vase final. It was all about Moore's play down the left-hand side. Ferdinand just had to hit the target. It's 5 in his last 5 games. His goal goes down in the box. And a penalty comes for Rylands. They have the chance to respond immediately. Doyle got the wrong side of the defender, which was Gavin. And he fouled the man. And a big chance for Rylands to restore their lead. It's going to be Elliot Nevitt who scored the penalty in the 2-1 win against Walsall Wood in the semi-final. Gavin was late sliding in. Doyle got there first. Wasn't a whole heap of contact, but there was enough to send Doyle down. And Elliot Nevitt has a chance to score again against Chris Grace. Grace has a fine record of saving penalties in shootouts. This is in the 90 minutes. Gavin got a yellow card, by the way, for the foul. Elliot Nevitt, who scored in the semi-final from this situation, he scored already. He scores again. The keeper went the right way, but he didn't get across in time. And Elliot Nevitt has two. Rylands have two. And they're back in front within 90 seconds of the equaliser. Elliot Nevitt does it again at Wembley. Does it again for Rylands. Rylands 2, Binfield 1. Really composed penalty. Took it away to the goalkeeper's right. Good pace on it, right in the corner. Had to be. The keeper went early, but he didn't get across. Nevitt celebrates. Rylands celebrate. 2-1. What a game we're having here at Wembley. Binfield looking to respond straight away again. Harris driving forward. He's got into the penalty area. He gets towards the byline. The cross is blocked. It comes to Hancock, who delivers first time. Took a deflection. He's going to go for a Binfield corner. Final 30 seconds of the first half plus any stoppage time. We've already had real drama in the FA Vase final. Warrington will be desperate to get to half-time with this lead intact. As the corner comes in, McCall came, didn't get there. It hit Wilmans, who went towards goal. Gerard cleared it away. Drummond holds it up. Gerard turns away from McClurg, plays it forward left-footed. There's a minute of added time is added on here as Warrington get the free kick on halfway. I think there may have been a handball. But again, management needed for Rylands just to get to the break with the lead intact. And it will be Warren Gerard to take it. Inside the final 30 seconds then. Nevitt turns. He's got support to the left. Milne. Drummond's in the middle. Gary Spriggs in the middle as well. Milne got it out of his feet. Had a shot at goal. It was comfortably blocked as the referee brings to an end a pulsating first half at Wembley, which has seen Rylands lead twice and maintain the lead going into the break. They lead by 2-1. Elliot Nevitt struck first in the 25th minute. Ball came in from Drummond after great work from him. Coveney recycled it, found Nevitt on the left-hand side of the box, who drilled it into the bottom corner for 1-0. Then 3 minutes before the break, on a counter-attack, Sean Moore did brilliantly down the left-hand side to cross in for Liam Ferdinand to nod in the equaliser for 1-1. But within 90 seconds, Elliot Nevitt converted from the penalty spot after Charlie Doyle burst into the penalty area and was brought down for the spot kick. It converted brilliantly to the goalkeeper's right. Grace went the right way but couldn't get across. And it means at the break, it's Binfield 1, Warrington Rylands 2. I'll be back with second half commentary very shortly. So welcome back to Wembley for second half audio commentary of the FA Vase final, where Rylands are 2-1 up at the break. 2 goals from Elliot Nevitt, cancelling out Liam Ferdinand's goal. The second of Nevitt from the penalty spot. And it puts them in pole position going into the second 45. We've already had quite a few twists and turns in a pulsating first half. We fully expect more to come in the second. Just a reminder of the two sides then. For Binfield, Chris Grace, the goalkeeper. 2, Hancock. 3, Legg. 5, Wilmont. 6, Gavin. 8, McClurg. 9, Moore, the captain. 10, Short. 11, Harris. 19, Ferdinand, the goalscorer. 20, Maloney. Bench for them. 4, Broom. 7, Howell. 12, Thompson Wheeler. 14, Josh Helmore. 16, Veal. 18, Johnson. 21, Povey. For Rylands, number 1, McCall. 2, Gerard. 3, Tinning. 4, Kenny. 7, Doyle. 8, Garisbig. 9, Nevitt. 10, Milne. 11, Drummond. 14, Smith. 16, Coveney. Bench, 13, Emery. 5, Denman. 6, Sheen. 15, Lees. 17, Shanley. 18, Potter. And 21, Freeman. Those numbers had been changed last minute, so you'll notice that actually the graphic that you've got on your screen now has different numbers. Can't be helped. So second half underway. Warrington going from right to left on this occasion. Binfield left to right. Rylands all in blue. Binfield all in reds. So will somebody emerge in the next 45 minutes as the winner of the FA Vase 2021. Rylands 2-1 up, but a long way still to go as Ferdinand's looking to get in behind. McCall's rushed out of his goal and hacked it into the stand where there is a couple of Hereford fans waiting for the next game, which sees them take on Hornchurch for the FA Trophy. Hancock plays it into the channel. Smith used his body well, turns and clears. Nevitt brings it down on his chest after a loose ball. Tinning plays it forward. Gets in behind. Again, Grace quickly out. Drummond wasn't far away. Down at the other end, Smith got above his man to win possession. Bit of a exchange in the midfield before he's broken 3 for Scarisbrick. Milne felled by Wilmont. Good strong hold-up play by the number 10. For Warrington Rylands, who has worked tirelessly, making very unselfish runs for his sides. Unselfish work has just won Rylands a free kick, which Coveney is over. About 35, 40 yards from goal, out on this left-hand side. He whips it in right-footed. Doesn't beat the first man who was on the edge of the area, which was Short, wearing 10 for Binfield. Now they're breaking down the right with the number 11, Ollie Harris. Heavy touch allows Jack Tinning to slide in and retrieve possession and goes out for the throw-in on the near side. Short. George Short turning, playing it back in field. Hancock. Run comes in from Maloney, who's going to the right-hand channel, tracked by Coveney. Harris knocks it back on the edge of the area to Short, steers it into the path of Ferdinand, tried to lay it off for McClurg, doesn't stick for Binfield, swept forward. Nevitt puts on the chase, goes out of play over on the far side. Flicked on by Moore. Created the then equaliser for Binfield. And Ferdinand has been penalised. May have just reached up and touched him on the arm. Took his goal well though. Yeah, just hit the top of Ferdinand's arm. Man wearing number 19. 5 goals in the Vase now for him this season. 4 in the last 3 for Elliot Nevitt. So it's the 2 men in real good goal scoring form for both of their sides who have got the goals so far here at Wembley under the famous arch. One of many big games to come at this famous stadium in the next weeks and months. Of course, the European Championships will conclude here in a little under 2 months' time. But for the Rylands and Binfield fans over on the far side, the fans of Rylands and Binfield watching and listening at home, this is as big as it gets for them. A couple of throw-ins have been taken over on the far side as Rylands just edge a little bit further into Binfield territory. Jards taking this one now just midway inside the Binfield half. Doyle, Nevitt holds it up back to goal, drifting in field. Gets a fortuitous bounce, but McClurg comes away with possession. Now Hancock plays it towards Harris. Came off his shins, but worked quite well for him in the end as he pokes it forward just behind the run of Ferdinand. Graham McCall, ball in hand. Big kick forward. Nevitt was up. Wilmot was above him. Flicked in behind now, and Harris looking to get there first. McCall in charge, and then just throwing like feeds Tinning, who manoeuvres forward past halfway. He sees the free kick as Harris shielded the ball from him. A couple of yards in front of the Warrington boss, David McNabb, who, like all of his players, has loved every step of the way of this journey, but will be desperate to see a happy ending. Doyle picks it up on halfway after the ball forward from Wilmot. Tinning's ball cut out by Hancock, who plays it back towards the other end of the pitch. Coveney sweeps it on. Gary Sprigg was backing into Short. Short keen to get on with it. Referee John Busby making sure Short took it the right side of halfway as Hancock drifts in the ball from the right hand side. A little bit too straight from his perspective, goes into the gloves of Graham McCall. Wasn't really called into too many saves in that first half. Fairness, Chris Grace didn't have too many to make himself. Made one from Milne in the first half as Drummond gets on the wrong side of his man. On the left hand side, he was Legg. Drummond's pace a nuisance, and Legg's going to get the yellow card. Drummond just got the toe ahead of him. Waiting for the challenge to come in. Gets the free kick. 4 yards in from the goal line on the right hand side in front of the Warrington Rylands fans. Pretty much right in front of our cameraman Luke Clitheroe as well, who's down behind the Rylands goal. Coveney over the free kick. Gary Kenny and Rick Smith are in there. Nevitt also a target. He's in towards Kenny, headed away by Gavin. Coveney back in. Smith challenging the keeper. Grace got 2 big hands to it and gathered it. Smith just a little bit slower to get to his feet. He's been penalised as well as the Warrington centre-back. But it was a decent ball in. If Grace hadn't come, there'd have been a free header for Smith at the back post, who made a good run. 2 other Warrington players in there as well. They'd read the situation well. Smith now heading it in behind Nevitt, putting the pressure on. He might even get in behind here. And Wilmot just about timed it to perfection on the edge of the area. A foot or so inside it, in fact. Nevitt slow to get to his feet, only just doing so in back play as Maloney battles to keep possession. for Binfield, who play it out to the left-hand side. McClurg can't keep it alive. Drummond back to defend. Gerrard plays it against Moore. Breaks for Drummond. Bit of space for the youngster to run into. Scored the opening goal in the semi-final. He plays it in behind looking for Milne. A little bit too heavy. But good vision from Kane Drummond there. Set up the opening goal as well. Short. Into Ferdinand. Allowed to turn. Now McClurg feeds it out to the left-hand side. Coveney have committed a foul, but the referee had played advantage and they come back for the advantage as Gerrard picks up possession and tried to bring it away. It's a good 35 yards from goal this. Quite central though. Probably 2 or 3 yards to the left of centre. Moore has set it out like he fancies this. 2 men in the Rylands wall. McCall set it up. Morris hit it into that wall. Claimed for the handball. Referee not interested as Scarry Sprigg plays it forward. Bounces off Milne. Goes for the Binfield throw. She's taken back to Wilmot. Ferdinand battling with Smith. Bounces off the Binfield goal scorer, who also fouls Jack Tidding. 6 final in a row. To be contested by 2 clubs making their debut in the final. The longest streak in the competition's history. Rylands beginning back in the qualifying stages, back in qualifier 1 in fact. Last club to win the competition from that stage was Chertsey in 1819. This is their 10th game in the competition. 9 wins along the way. 3 via the penalty shootout. Ball out to Hancock for Binfield. Moves past halfway on the right-hand side. Just checks in field. Back out to his right-hand side before playing it infield to McClurg, who gives it back to the fullback, who aims towards Ferdinand. Headed away by Smith. Breaks for Moore, who plays it into the run of McClurg, who helps into the area looking for Ferdinand, who can't quite bring it down. Smith put his head where it hurts towards Ferdinand's boots. Gets the free kick, but it was a vital intervention from the Warrington centre-back. Much like the first half, Binfield's potentially shading the opening 10 minutes of the period. McCall to take the free kick on the edge of his own penalty area. Goes towards the right-hand side in the run of Nevitt, headed away. Helped forward by the Binfield midfield. Dole can't keep it for Rylands, and Hancock forward from right back. Just drifting in field. Ferdinand's made a run in behind. Couldn't take it first time. Gets to the byline. Pulls it back into a dangerous area. Cleared away by Gerrard around the penalty spot. Wilmot carries on the fight. Tried to play it into Ferdinand on the right-hand side, who knew he was offside, so couldn't get involved. And it breaks down for Binfield. Seen a few Hornchurch and Hereford fans making their way into the ground for the FA Trophy game afterwards. Still the Rylands and Binfield fans over on the far side from me, watching on. Probably a bundle of nerves, every single one of them, in this finally poised FA Vase final. 2-1 Rylands lead as Doyle picks up the scraps in midfield, plays it forward down the left-hand side. Milne touches it past the defender, who can't live with him. Milne's got into the penalty area. He's got a chance to pull it back. He goes all the way here. Scarry's Brick is fuming. He wanted to pull back. He'd have had a tap in. Milne wanted to take it on a little bit more before playing it back to him. But it was a big chance for Rylands to extend the lead. It came about from a mistake from Wilmont, who couldn't live with the sheer persistence of Milne down his left-hand side. Did well not to foul him in the end. But Milne will be disappointed that he couldn't create a chance for his teammates. But Coveney might be able to do something from the corner. He's whipped in on top of the goalkeeper towards him. A post, it's 3! 3-1 now to Warrington Rylands. Not 100% sure who got the final touch, but I don't think anybody will care. It may as well be Elliot Nevitt, who may have got a hat-trick for Warrington Rylands in a cup final at Wembley. The corner came in from Coveney. The keeper couldn't get there. Rylands did, and Elliot Nevitt has the hat-trick for Warrington Rylands. A dream day, a dream scenario for Rylands number 9, Elliot Nevitt. He's already won one competition in the Sunday Cup. He may well have helped Rylands to the FA Vase here. The corner came in, he came in, did Nevitt. Under no pressure, lost his man. Got the crucial touch. And it's Rylands 3, Binfield 1, just under an hour gone. Dreamland for all those in blue in the stands. But back on Binfield down the right. They win the throw-in. What a day for Elliot Nevitt. 3 goals at Wembley. Milne is in behind here. Is Warrington look to try and potentially kill this off? The runners come from Coveney as well. Drummond's in there as Milne goes across the face of the penalty area. Again, not quite being able to create the telling chance. But it was good play again from Milne, who has looked lively all game. Couldn't quite tee up Drummond in the fashion he wanted. Meanwhile, Warren Gerrard picked up a yellow card for the foul in back play on Sean Moore, preventing a potential counter-attack. Kenny up to win the header, but it goes in behind and Gerrard under a bit of pressure. Can only clear as far as Moore. Doble's there to get a foot in. There's going to be a change now for Rylands. And he's going to see Sam Sheen coming on for Coveney. Change we saw in the semi-final for Rylands. Sheen started previous games against Hebburn and West Auckland in this position. And he's coming on for Coveney as Rylands look to continue the grasp and control of this Vase final, which they lead by 3-1.
He's replaced by number 6, Sam Sheen.
Sheen getting a good ovation from the Rylands fans, as did Coveney, coming off his last meaningful involvement. The corner which led to the Nevitt hat-trick. Drummond knocks it down. Milne, great first touch again from Milne. Just inside his own half, hacked down by Short. Binfield have really struggled to deal with Steve Milne at the top end of the pitch. I think but for the 3 goals of Elliot Nevitt, Milne would be right up there in the man of the match stakes. He's been superb in the opening 62 and a bit minutes here. Substitution though now for Binfield. It's going to see the number 7, Josh Howell, come on for George Short. Howell has played 5 of the 6 ties And he's come on at Wembley now for Binfield to look and try and drag his side back into this Vase final as McCall clips it towards Nevitt. The header was won by Hancock. Played forward now for Ferdinand. Smith tracks him all the way. Tinning can't pick up the second ball as Ferdinand gets onto it. First involvement now for Howell. Cuts onto his left foot. Delivers a dangerous one towards the back post. What a save from McCall. Header comes back in. Cleared off the line. More denied. Rylands stay 3-1 up. Somehow. Brilliant goalkeeping and defending. There's a man down at the back post. It may well have been Harris who had the original chance. But Graham McCall, he's made massive saves against Hebburn and Walsall Woods in one-on-one situations. He's done so again here. What a save from the big man in the Rylands goal. There's a cross in by Howell. Harris got in at the back post. McCall made himself as big as he could. Second ball dropped for Moore. And it was cleared off the line by, I think it was Gerrard who got back just in the nick of time to clear it away. Kenny couldn't get there on the first attempt, but Gerrard, a yard or so in front of the line, guided it away. And two big defensive moments for Rylands keep them in front by 2 goals. The third of which Elliot Nevitt has scored in the second half from a corner. Binfield man is still down, receiving a bit of treatment. We'll see replays of Nevitt's hat-trick goal in front of the Rylands fans. Great scenes of celebration. What a day it has been for Elliot Nevitt. But when he woke up this morning, I'm sure he would have dreamt about being a Wembley goal scorer last night. A Wembley hat-trick scorer may have only been in his wildest dreams. But it appears dreams do actually come true here at Wembley Stadium. He's done his bit. Can his side see through the final 25 minutes or so to finish off what they started and create club history? Play back underway. Wilmot has it in the centre circle. Put under pressure by the Rylands front two with Milne and Nevitt, who have been absolutely outstanding all game. Forced back to Grace, who has to go long towards Moore. Gary Kenny wins the header. Now Gerrard steers it away. Milne putting the pressure on. Headed by Gavin. Wilmot has it back. Under pressure again from Nevitt. Turns away from the number 9. Plays it to Hancock in the right back position. He chips it over the top for the run of Howell. Manages to keep it in under pressure from Tinning. Back to Hancock, who delivers first time. Gerrard away only as far as Maloney, who finds Ferdinand on the edge, who finds the corner. McCall couldn't keep it out. It's 3-2. It's game on at Wembley. Liam Ferdinand took the touch, drilled it towards McCall's right post. He got a glove to it, but not enough to turn it wide. And Binfield are a second. This Vase final takes another twist. Binfield 2, Rylands 3. .67 gone, 3-2. Heck of a game at Wembley Stadium. One worthy of the occasion. And it's a fine strike from Ferdinand. Gambled in taking the strike and was rewarded for it. Rylands have a free kick. 5 or 6 yards in from the near side touchline, midway inside the Binfield half. Sheen is over it. Drifts it in. Doesn't beat Maloney, who was stood on the edge of the area. It's headed back in. Gary Kenny's in here. Big challenge from Hancock. That could have been the moment for Rylands. Hancock just in the nick of time. You feel if that had been Nevitt or Milne, that could have been 4. As Howell, who's made a massive difference since coming on, spreads it out to the left-hand side for Moore. Taking on Gerrard in front of the Binfield fans. Gives it away on the edge of the area. Nevitt. Milne points where he wants it. Nevitt overhits it, goes through to Grace. You can feel the tension. This place may not be full, but the 1,500 of either side are willing their sides on here at Wembley. Balling behind, looking for Ferdinand, who doesn't beat the offside flag this time. McCall taking his time, eating away a few seconds, just trying to kill a little bit of the Binfield momentum. Since the third goal went in for Rylands, Binfield have come back and given themselves hope with that Ferdinand second, as Moore couldn't quite hold it up against the pressure of Smith, who uses the keeper McCall. Slams it forward, Maloney heads it on. Ferdinand tries to guide it into the path of Harris down the left. Gerrard cuts it out. He goes direct, looking for the run of Nevitt. Another who will run all day for his side, even though he has already got his 3 goals. He wins the throw-in. About 12 yards in from the goal line, in front of the Rylands fans away on the far side of Wembley Stadium. 20 minutes to go. Binfield 2, Rylands 3. Rylands were 2 goals to the good, but have been pegged back to 3-2. Throwing in towards Nevitt, cut out. McClurg, strong challenge. But Doyle, as he always seems to be, sniffing around, winning it back for the side in blue. Kenny's attempted ball forward came off Ferdinand, out for the throw on the far side. Leg down on the ground for Binfield as they prepare another change. Povey is ready. Just having to hang fire while Leg receives treatment. He's holding the back of his leg, ironically. Looks as though there may actually be 2 changes now for Binfield. As Jack Thompson-Wheeler is also ready. Leg being helped off the field over on the far side. He looks as though his race is running, and indeed it is, as Jack Thompson-Wheeler comes on at left back for the stricken Elliot Legg.
He's replaced by number 12, Jack Thompson-Wheeler.
Second change, we'll see Ollie Harris depart. Coming on for him is the number 21, Asa Povey. Povey, a young winger, he's only actually played once in the Vase and now gets a chance at Wembley. Thompson-Wheeler played 3 times. Usually a right back. He's over at right back. Hancock switched to the left. Tinning now for Rylands. Plays it into the left-hand side. First defensive test for Thompson-Wheeler. Milne forces him to play it out for the throw. Jack Tinning moves forward to take the throw in. As Elliot Legg gets a round of applause as he moves past the Binfield fans. Drummond hits it! Just dropped to him on the edge of the area. Got a good bend on it, just couldn't keep the effort down. Chris Grace to take the goal kick then. Headed by Smith. Wilmot gets a second in for Binfield. Dole putting the pressure on as Thompson Wheeler sends it forward. McLeod picks up Tinning's header in the midfield. Moore playing a bit more centrally. Lovely back heel. Povey in behind the defender. Tinning stays on his feet. Can't dig out the cross or shot. As Smith hits it into Moore, it goes up rather than away. Thompson Wheeler brings it out of the sky. Moore, space and time to cross. Dangerously went over the head of Kenny and Ferdinand couldn't react. Goes out to the left hand side. Maloney beats the first challenge. Into the area it comes. Maloney gets it back just behind him. Cross comes in from the right hand side. Goes up off the head of Doyle out for the corner kick. Binfield putting the pressure on. The Berkshire side with the corner. Crowded the area towards the near post. Flicked away at source by Charlie Doyle. Drummond picks up the second ball. He needs to get it rid. Smith does the job. Scarisbrick picks up loose possession on halfway. He's got support with Nevitt on his right hand side. Nevitt looking to take on Hancock down the right. Milne and Scarisbrick are in the area. Drummond's up there too. He gets it across. Drummond picks it up in the back post. Kate Drummond! Big save. Chris Grace. Massive moment in the game. Nevitt did ever so well. Picked out the cross. Drummond was just a little bit off the pace. Had to take a touch. Bring it back onto his right foot. It gave Grace a chance to close him down and he did so to make the save. Rylands are making the change and Tom Freeman is coming on for Jack Tinning. And the second change for Dave McNabb. He looks as nervous as anybody on the touchline. Trudging along in his technical area. It's a corner kick. Scarisbrick delivers. Nevitt got free again, but couldn't divert it towards goal this time. .14 minutes to go. Binfield 2, Warrington Rylands 3. Elliot Nevitt with the hat-trick for Rylands, 2 for Liam Ferdinand as Rick Smith. He's fouled as he won the header. Just inside his own half. Took a heavy landing as well. Joe Denman has been sent to warm up just in case. It was a heavy landing for Rick Smith. Rylands looking to be the first Warrington football side to win at Wembley since, well, ever. Last footballing team from Warrington to get to a Vase final was Warrington Town in 86-87, beaten by St Helens Town. Of course, the rugby league sides have been here on several occasions at the new Wembley. Varying successes as well. Binfield looking to be the fourth side to win the competition from the Hellenic League. All 3 previous finalists have had that honour. Rick Smith getting booed over on the far side by the Binfield fans, and he's saying, come on, louder, louder. And now he gets the ovation of the Warrington fans in response. Players absolutely loving it out there. I'm sure the nerves will begin to set in, especially for Rylands in front. 12 to go. History in sight. but Binfield are throwing everything at them. Smith across to do defending. Freeman first, clearance from him. Thompson Wheeler will take the throw in after the clearance went out of play. Doyle heads it up. Sheen helps it on. Moore has it now for Binfield, holding it up against the two centre-backs. Plays the 1-2 with Howell. Thompson Wheeler now in the right back position. Plays it into the channel. Smith has to keep an eye out for the run of Ferdinand behind him. Smith plays it out for the throw. Thompson Wheeler takes it. Gets it back from Moore. Thompson Wheeler. Warrington have stood off him. Allowed him to cross towards the near post. Came off Kenny. Goes for the corner kick. Howell has come over to take it. Drifts it towards the back post. Beats everybody. Sheen in control. Plays it to Drummond. Holds it up, but he's under pressure. Needs support. Gets it from Sheen, who drills it straight into a Binfield man. Gets a second chance and smashes it. And Milne is actually going to get onto it. Down the right-hand side. Taking on the fullback. The fullback does well. Hancock it was. Just about got back in the nick of time. Drummond puts the pressure onto Maloney. Concedes the throw. Midway inside Binfield territory. Switch of play from Hancock to Thompson Wheeler. Fraser Ablett giving a few pearls of wisdom to David McNabb on the touchline. As the cross comes in from Howell and it flicked off the Warrington head and went towards the back post. Goes over the man coming in, but he keeps it alive on the far side. Maloney now drifting in field. McClurg, bit of space, moves it out right to Howell. Helps it into the area. Warrington deal with it. Wilmot can't keep possession. Drummond wins it back. Good strength from him. Potential counter on now for Warrington. Clipped into the left channel for Milne. Nevitz making a beeline towards the penalty area. Milne, bit of space. Going to take on Thompson Wheeler. Back him into the area. Lays it back to Doyle on the edge. Doyle rises to challenger McClurg. Scary Sprick kills it towards goal. Can't keep it down. Chris Grace to take the goal kick then away to our left-hand side. Coming up to 82 gone. 2-3. Rylands in front. Doing the defending now with Gerrard. Just about got enough on it to turn it away from the Binfield attack. He has to clear it again with his head this time as it's scooped up off Sheen's attempted clearance. Hancock under pressure from Nevitt, who steals it away for Rylands, wins the free kick as well, just inside his own half. Rylands eating away every available second here. There's not many of them to go. Clipped forward towards Nevitt, who glanced it in towards the middle, cut out by Gavin. Kenny challenging with Moore at the other end. Now with Ferdinand as Gerrard helps it on. Milne goes to ground, no free kick, says the referee, as Moore goes to ground the other end. Referee does give this one look very similar to the one literally 2 seconds earlier. So Maloney will take this free kick. Inside the centre circle on the Rylands side. Moves it right. Square to Thompson Wheeler. He delivers from deep in towards the Rylands penalty area. The header came in. Wilmot was up there, couldn't direct it either towards goal or a teammate. Sun now shining onto Wembley Stadium. In overcast for much of this. Announcement to thank all the fans who have come today, and in these crazy times we live in, how great is it to see so many fans of non-league clubs in a ground like this. A fantastic event for non-league football, this, the Vase and Trophy final double-header at Wembley Stadium. And he's lived up to the billing so far. 3-2 to Rylands in a pulsating game. It's not done yet. 5.5 to go. Binfield 2, Rylands 3. Binfield in possession with Wilmot. Looking to switch it out to the left-hand side for Asapovi. Has to use every yard of his pace to keep it in. Wins the throw from Gerard. Right in the corner of the left-hand side of the Binfield attack. Right in front of the Binfield fans. Moore holds it up, twists, turns away from Gary Kenny, who sticks with him, trying to block the cross. Moore digs it out, headed behind for a corner kick. Anxious looks on the faces of Warrington Rylands fans, as the corner was short and not productive. Rylands defend it well. Goal kick for them. Macaulay no rush. McCall away to our right to take the goal kick. Taking his time. Stood in the centre of his goal. Steps out and strikes it. Nevitt coming to meet it. But so was Gavin, who got there first for Binfield. Now Gary Kenny heads it on. Milne brings it down. Under pressure from McClurg, loses possession. He plays it forward, looking for the run of Ferdinand. 2 goals from him have kept Binfield in this. He gets a cross in. Kenny. Awkward looking clearance, but effective. Freeman hacks it forward. Nevitt nods it down for Drummond. Barged away was Drummond. Referee looks straight at it and doesn't give a free kick, which is quite bemusing because it's a clear foul. He gives that one though against Binfield. Ferdinand a little bit too rugged in his presence on Freeman. Gotta be said, I thought the original challenge on Drummond was more of a foul than that one, but Rylands won't care either way. They got a decision. And again, a few more seconds. Tick away. McCall comes out of his goal. 10 yards inside his half to take this. Just to the left of centre. Sweeps it out to the right-hand side. Elliot Nevitt is up to meet it. Wins the header. Milne brings it down. Good first touch. Turns. Hits. Couple of yards wide of the goal. Actually took a deflection. Will be a Rylands corner. And I don't think quite as many will make the way forward for this. Scarisbrick is going over to take it. Greeted by a round of applause from the Rylands faithful. They know they're not far away. Scarisbrick with the corner. It's a deep one. Smithy's up there, back towards goal. Milne was almost on the end of it. It was cleared away. Goes out to Scarisbrick again, who digs out the cross. Goes into the body of the defender, who clears it away. Sheen cuts it out from the counter-attack, but Binfield win it back with Ferdinand. Sheen, great challenge, but smuggled into centre midfield for McClurg. Now Thompson, Wheeler, bit of space, couple to aim for. Ferdinand is one of them. It's deep. Gerard helps it Up rather than away, gets to the second ball, came off a Binfield man as well, will be a Warrington Rylands throw. They are preparing a change here at Rylands. Freddie Potter, he's going to be coming on. And he's going to come on for Steve Milne, who has been exceptional. Chased every lost cause and turned a few of them into something of note as well. Great effort from him, and Freddie Potter is going to be coming on in place of him. Potter scored in both qualifying rounds, which seem an age ago, against Daisy Hill and Gould. He's on at Wembley now for the final couple of minutes. We have less than a minute to go plus stoppage time. Rylands 3 goals to 2 up against Binfield. Graham McCall has the ball on the edge of his 6-yard box. It was a little bit of a heavy touch. It allowed Binfield to put a bit more pressure on him. Potter won the header initially, but Binfield win it back. McClurg holding it up on halfway. Wilmont. Short to Gavin. Switch out, looking for Povey. He's moved to the right-hand side now. Bit of a heavy touch in field. Stayed away by Sheen. Wilmont again. Thompson Wheeler. Potter tracks him. Thompson Wheeler plays the 1-2 with Povey. Gets it back as well, does Thompson Wheeler. Povey goes beyond. 6 minutes of added time. You can hear what Rylands think of that. 6 minutes of added time at Wembley, but Rylands have the throw. We played 15 seconds. That's a very consolation, Rylands fans listening in. Final rallying call from the Rylands fans as Elliot Nevitt holds possession up on the left-hand side. Close control allows him to bring in Doyle. Now Sheen, bit of a blind pass. Smith hacks it forward. Drummond does well just to force Hancock to do nothing more than nod it. Howell, hounded by Doyle, dispossessed, goes for the throw. 5 minutes to go. Wilman carries it past halfway from centre half for Binfield. Wants options. Gives it away to Freddie Potter, who goes direct, looking for Nevitt on the far side of the pitch. Drummond's made a run in field. Can Nevitt find him? He played it in behind, just didn't get enough purchase on the pass. But Drummond has not given it up. He's won it back from Hancock. Good strong challenge came in, won the ball from Drummond. Sent forward, Smith hacks it back. He might even trouble Grace. Now it goes straight into his palms. And Grace puts the ball on the ground, rolls it out a couple of yards beyond his penalty area before sending it out towards the other end of the pitch. Headed away by the Rylands back line. Maloney fights it back towards Povey, who brings it down well. Sheen in there to get the second ball. Wilmont. Thompson Wheeler runs out of room. Elliot Nevitt announced as the man of the match. Hat-trick hero. Couldn't really be anybody else. 3 goals at Wembley. Not many people do that at any stage of the career in any setting. Elliot Nevitt has done it in the biggest game for his club ever. He's in possession now. He just helps it forward. It was going out anyway. He makes sure that Binfield have to retrieve possession. Doyle up to win the header. Sheen sends it in behind. Drummond's going to chase this with Hancock. Drummond's going to get there first. Drummond into the penalty area. Couldn't keep his balance and possession. And Grace is onto the ball. Drummond, another one who has worked tirelessly all the players in blue have done so. So have Binfield's men in red. It's been a monumental effort from both sides. It's been a fantastic game. We've got 2.5 minutes to go. The ball's chipped forward towards Ferdinand, who can't win the header. McCall just lets it roll back to him. He's taking a few touches in his penalty area before finally picking it up, eating away a few extra seconds. We've played 3:48 of the 6 minutes added on at Wembley Stadium in the FA Vase final. Nevitt can't win that header. It breaks for Hancock on the left. Inside his own half, plays it forward. Howell scythed down by Gerrard, who's lucky really to escape a second yellow card there. They're sending everybody forward. Maloney takes it short. They've loaded the box. They've played it to the left. Howell brings it infield. Still coming. Checks back onto his left. Plays it to Moore. Stretches to keep possession. Back in Doyle into the penalty area. Chance came in from Drummond. Got the ball. And Doyle smacks it clear. And Nevitt's in behind. Elliot Nevitt bearing down on goal. He's 1-on-1 with Chris Grace. Elliot Nevitt. Big save for Grace. That was the chance to seal it once and for all and score number 4 for himself and for Rylands. He's flat down on the ground, he's Nevitt. He rolls over onto his back, he looks at the heavens. He knows there was a chance there to seal it. It was a slightly heavy final touch. But at least he's got Rylands where they want to be, inside the final minute. At the right bit of the pitch. 30 or so seconds to go. Scarry-Sprigg wanders out to take the corner. There's only Elliot Nevitt in the box, and he's on his haunches. Still reflecting on a massive moment just spurned, but he's already got 3 goals. They may be enough for Warrington Rylands. Scarry-Sprigg breaks out of the corner, goes towards the byline, tried to dig out a ball into the area. It goes into the gloves of Grace. We're basically in the hands of the referee now as Grace sends it forward. Gerrard wins the header. Scarry-Sprigg unable to pick up the second ball this time. Maloney has it. Maloney. And the referee has blown the final whistle. Warrington Rylands have won it. They've won the FA Vase. 10 games they've had to win. They've won every single one of them. They've beaten Binfield 3-2 at Wembley. Elliot Nevitt the hero. 3 goals, a hat-trick on the biggest stage for this level. The fans are delirious. The players have run out towards them, celebrating as one. What a journey. They've beaten Daisy Hill. They've beaten Gould. They've beaten Padiham. They beat Jarrow on penalties. They beat Longridge. Shildon on penalties. West Auckland on penalties. Hebburn, the holders in the quarters. Walsall Wood in the semis. And today they've beaten Binfield 3-2 at Wembley. Paul Stretford on my screen in front of me, looking emotional. And I'm sure there's a few emotional Rylands fans and anybody associated with the club right now. They have won the FA Vase. They've beaten Binfield. Nevitt scored in the 25th minute to give them the lead before Ferdinand's equaliser. 90 seconds later, Nevitt was in again from the penalty spot after Doyle was fouled. They went in the break 2-1 up. They were 3-1 up before the hour. Elliot Nevitt heading in from the corner to get the hat-trick goal. Ferdinand made it interesting near the end on 67 with a good finish. There were chances for both to add to the excitement. But Rylands held on. They have won the FA Vase for 2021. What a moment for this club will be in the Northern Premier Leagues next season. They've got a trophy lift to come. I'll bring you that very shortly. But for now, Rylands are FA Vase winners. They've beaten Binfield at Wembley by 3-2. Rylands are making their way over to receive the FA Vase trophy after celebrating with their fans over on the far side of the pitch. They're now coming over to be in position to lift the trophy. Elliot Nevitt, 3 goals to win the FA Vase, and he's just got a massive hug off the owner, Paul Stretford. What a moment for him. Massive family connections with Warrington Rylands Football Club. He's decided to put the money in and build the club to become something bigger than they ever thought possible. And well, today, they may have just fulfilled that dream. The Binfield players are coming over to offer their congratulations. They played a massive part in the final and the competition as a whole. They've done their village proud. The village team, you've got to remember what a day it's been for them. Commiserations to Binfield. I'm sure they will be a threat in the Isthmian Leagues next season. A club on the up themselves, and one that will use today as a great experience. They'll reflect on what it means to have been here in the coming days. For now, it will be disappointment that they've not got the job done for them, but for Rylands, they did get the job done. They are the FA Vase winners. They will be lifting the trophy in a few moments' time. Paul Stretford and Dave McNabb embracing down on the pitch side. One of those days that will live long in the memory of everybody connected with Warrington Rylands and everybody who was here to witness it. Magical day. There'll be friends and family who are here watching their friends and family for Rylands today. And they'll be immensely proud of every single one of them, as they should be, because the performance was superb. It has been all the way through. Determination, grit, and in the end, the quality to ensure they got the job done. And Dave McNabb is the first to go and collect the winner's medal, followed by Rick Smith and the rest of the team. Gary Sprick.
We hope you've enjoyed your day so far. We kindly ask to observe social distancing.
Players lining up behind the sign that says Build Base FA Vase winners. Gary Kenny has picked up the trophy. He's heading towards his group of players. McCall has gone to collect the base of the trophy. You can't forget that, Gary. And the trophy is held aloft as Warrington Rylands are the FA Vase winners for 2021. And these scenes will live long in the memory of Rylands Football Club. They've created history. They've come to Wembley and they've won. They leave with silverware on the biggest day in the club's history. They have done what they had to do. They have won. They have made the town proud. Rugby League has dominated Warrington, but now football is coming home. Rylands have won the FA Vase. for 2021, and the celebrations will go on long into the night, I'm sure. But for me, Chris Stott, thank you for everyone who's tuned in to listen to this. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you the coverage and to be a part of this memorable run for Warrington Rylands, where I'll leave you from Wembley. We're in the FA Vase final. It's finished Binfield 2, Rylands 3, and Warrington Rylands have won the FA Vase.